guys, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know who I am, my name's Angie and I'm a nail tech in Sydney, and today we're gonna be having a little chit chat conversation about things that I wish I knew before becoming a nail tech.
And we sound like Gucci, Gucci, Louis, Louis, Fendi, Fendi, Prada. Them basic bitches wear that shit so I don't even bother. Gucci, Gucci, Louis, Louis, Fendi, Fendi, Prada. Them basic bitches wear.
Let's just say that in the past 2 years I have developed so much from my craft and also have gone through so much that I definitely want to share with you guys, because I don't know, like I feel like a lot of ups and downs has happened with me dealing with COVID as well, and also just the mental part of it all, where people ask me advice, I literally give them everything that I've learned, and I just thought what a better place to have it than on one place, which is my YouTube. So I have my little notes here. We're gonna start off with this. Nails is not a quick fix. Gaining consistent clientele and followers will not happen overnight unless you are lucky, which is on the rare chances, and there are some people out there like nail influencers and people that have boomed over within a year. But realistically, for people that aren't really social on social media and things like that, it won't happen straight away. You might have a period of time on your social media where you are going to grow immensely from one point to another point. Also to note that owning a business is really hard work and a big investment, especially with doing nails. It's not an easy process. If you're not passionate about nails, you will have a hard time developing your business, and that's for any business type. If you're not passionate about what you're doing, you're going to have a lot of trouble, and the process of owning a business, the process of it all from the beginning you build it up to the moment you launch it and things like that, it's gonna feel like and probably take 2 times longer than what it would, because you aren't liking and loving what you're doing. That's the thing. Do not think as nails as a quick fix in cash, because if you think it like that, you are not going to develop and you're probably going to struggle getting clients for cash. Does that make sense? Focusing on prepping your foundation, your retention, your shape, and then focus on your art. I think one of the things that I had really struggled in, especially when I was a beginner, I'm not going to say I'm a beginner anymore, I would say I'm more in the medium sense, even though I don't believe that I'm in the state where I want to be yet. One of the things that I wish I would have focused more as a beginner nail tech would have been my prepping, my foundation, my shaping, and then art. I feel like especially when I was studying and doing TAFE, a lot of my focus even in TAFE was on nail art, which I absolutely loved, and I don't regret focusing on nail art. It took me longer to build that foundation for the main section, if that makes sense, for the things that mattered the most. Basically, all nail sets are based on the basics first. If you don't have the basics down, then you don't really have your nail structure or anything, and your nails gonna pop off, they're not gonna look as nice, and your art is basically like the cherry on top of everything. You can't build a house without a foundation, and it's exactly the same with nails. You can't have a long-lasting beautiful set of nails without having your prep down, without having the foundation on point, without having an apex, and without having a nice crisp shape. That is just my opinion, but I would definitely recommend to focus on your foundation, your retention, your shape before you go on to the more complex things, which is like art, bling, hand drawing, things like that. Next point, focus on where you are at. Let me repeat that once again. Focus on you and where you are at. Be your own competition. Better yourself and your craft rather than focusing on someone else's achievements and goals. Now, one of the reasons why I say this as things that I wish I knew is because, especially when coming into it as a fresh newborn nail tech, it's just human nature. Basically, you are prone to look at other people and be like, wow, they are amazing, their art is incredible, their structure is amazing, oh my god, their work lasts for 2 to 3 weeks, why isn't that happening to me? And one of the things is that regardless in any type of career form or any type of work that you do, you are always going to start at the bottom. Regardless, you're going to start here, and there will be aspects that make you be able able to develop a little bit faster. But just remind yourself that some people in the industry have been in it for 10 years, have had experience with art in the past. For example, with myself, I'm not the strongest hand painter, and there are people out there that do nails. I know amazing nail techs that I even went to TAFE with that are incredible hand painters, and it's because they had art experience in the past, like graphic design experience, drawing, painting experience, whereas for me, that's not my strongest suit. And although I am developing it and I am trying to make that a more stronger point for me, it will take a little bit longer for me because my skill point isn't in that. Going back to what I've said, you don't know how much people have practiced, how much people have promoted their work and their business, how much people have educated themselves to be where they are now. Someone could be in the exact same position as you, but they've gone and practiced every single night. They have done the education. They have paid and invested themselves in so many courses and classes and practice in everything. And if you just stayed where you are, expecting those same results but not putting in the same work, this is how it's gonna be. This is you and this is the other person. Whereas if you see this person up here, that's where you feel like you are, and you are down here, and you take the steps that you need to in order to feel like to be up here, it will eventually happen. And it will end up being you are here, you are paying and investing in your time, in your education, in your knowledge. It's gonna eventually go up. If you're practicing every day or every week, it's eventually gonna go up. The more you do, the more better you will be, and the more that you invest in yourself and your education, the more knowledgeable and the more information and knowledge you're gonna have. And I feel like that is one thing that I struggled so much, because especially last year when my mindset wasn't in the mindset that I am today, I look back then and I realized like I wasn't really doing anything to become the people that I was admiring, the people that I wanted to be, the people that are in the position that I wanted to be, because I wasn't putting in the work, I wasn't practicing, I wasn't investing in my education, I wasn't putting my time and knowledge into the things that I wanted the most and the things that I wanted to be. I just wanted it to be given to me. In reality, that's not going to happen. The universe around you will hand you things, but if you don't take it and use it and jump over the obstacles that come into your life, you are not going to be able to go forward in yourself. Which with the next point kind of ties in. Continue to practice plus continue your education. It is so important that no matter your experience, if you only have 1 month of experience, 10 years of experience, whatever it is out there, keep practicing your craft. Keep practicing. The more you do, the better you'll be. And I can't stress that enough. And I wish that is something that I would have done as a beginner nail tech, because I would have progressed so much faster and so much more than I already had. Because you see some nail techs out there that have been only doing nails for 2 years like me, but they have developed so far. They're booked. Their craft is amazing. Their work lasts for ages. Whereas for myself, I kind of feel like, oh, I was where they were at when they were at 3 months. Do you know what I mean? And that's why it's so important also to realize like, hey, I don't know how much work they've put in. I don't know what they've done. And instead of comparing yourself to them, just think, okay, last month I was not doing a lot of work. I haven't been able to get this and this and this down, and I want to develop in that. So what do? For this new month, you are going to focus on that and you're going to work on that. And that's exactly what I've been doing. One of the things that I really wanted to get down pat in this lockdown, for example, was my structure. I wanted to get my structure on point because earlier in the beginning of my nail journey, one of my main focuses was prepping. So I don't really need to focus on my prepping because I know that my work lasts. Whereas right now I'm focusing on my structure, how to make it nice. Apex is on point each and every single time. And also my cuticle, flush, amazing. And I'm going to invest in myself to practice for that. And I'm going to invest in classes to make sure that I be up to that level. In saying so with education, take a business course. Now, I know you're gonna roll your eyes at me, but take a business course if you are planning to run your own small business. Either a short course, a full course, or a free course online. You can find so many, even on YouTube. Any sort of video or education in how to run a small business is going to help you. And in saying so, I have actually gone out of my way during COVID in our lockdown in Sydney to to enroll myself in a full-time course for small business in TAFE because I felt like my knowledge isn't as strong in that department. And honestly, while I am developing on my business now and I do have a lot of knowledge from my own research that I do and the things that have gone wrong and that I've learned from now, I felt like a lot of the things that I was trying to research and trying to do, I had no knowledge of. So that's why I'm doing it. And also take a course. This goes back to everything that I've said. Take a course in areas that you are not strong in. So if you feel like you are struggling on your shaping, take a shaping course. If you feel like your application could be better and it's still bumpy and it's not as good, take an application course. If you feel like, okay, I really want to learn how to do apres, but my apres aren't sticking, take an apres course. There are so many courses out there and so many to utilize, even free sources of education that you can get simply off of YouTube. Like put into YouTube, how do I shape nails? How to do acrylic application? How to file your nails and get a crisp shape? There are so many alternatives and videos out there. Young Nails, for example, is a massive brand in the nail industry that I feel, and they do videos on YouTube that go through that with you. So take the time to really focus on that if you want. Well, I'm not tell you if you want. I reckon you should. Because you can never be overeducated. You can never be practicing too much. You can never be taking too many courses or taking too many classes. There is no such thing as that. None. And for people that say, okay, why are you taking this? Because it's kind of a waste. Absolutely not. There is no such thing as being so invested in yourself. And at the end of the day, it's what you're going to put into yourself, and that's what's going to make you the best nail tech that you can be and the best business owner that you can be as well. So going on to taking clients, you are not gonna please every single client, and that is okay. Now, I know that as a beginner, when you first want to take clients and stuff like that, you want to be able to take as much people. You want to be able to be fully booked, and that's usually the goal. And honestly, that's one of my goals too. But not every single client's gonna be for you, and that's fine. Just like how not every single person's gonna be your friend, not every person you are going to trust, and not every person you're going to like. And that's just how it is. Honestly, there's no point in being like, oh, well, you should like everybody. There's always going to be people in your life that are going to give you heebie-jeebies, and that's fine. So in the sense of that, stay professional. No matter what, do not lose professionalism, even if they're losing it at you. What I always say is to get rid of the negativity by overflowing it with positivity. So if they give you a negative comment, just give them positivity back, because at the end of the day, they can't beat that. Not all clients are good money, okay? And saying that, it means protecting your peace and firing clients if they don't respect you or your business. So if they're constantly breaching your policies, if they're sitting there and draining you every time, things like that, telling you what to do, taking the file, like basically doing it themselves at that point, or even asking you for every single product that you are using while you're doing the nail process, just don't take them as a client. Fire them as a client. Don't rebook them again. And there's nothing wrong with that as well. Nothing. Not a shocker, because I knew about it, but I didn't know how real this would be when I became a nail tech and consistently doing clients in the period of time that I did. But body pain is real, and I'm not just talking about having like a little bit of a sore back at the end of the day, or like having your neck being a little bit sore. No. You will get body pain doing nails regardless of how old you are. Pain in your wrist, pain in your eyes, in your upper and lower back, around your thumb area, like here. This is where I get it, and I get it in my left hand from just holding a finger. Body pain is so real. You need to be able to move your body and stretch in between your clients. Move your body with your neck around like this. Crack your back if you need to. Do some stretches. Massage your hand and relieve the tension out of your body, because it's just gonna keep hurting, and over time, if you keep damaging what is not fixed, it's gonna get worse. So be sure to move your body when you are doing clients or when you're just practicing. Honestly, you are sitting down for so long. Get up a little bit, stretch your back, do some breathing techniques, move your body, do a little freaking power dance if you need to. I don't know, just do it. And again, if you notice ongoing pain, do not ignore it. If you notice that your hand is pulsing excruciating pain every time you do nails, do not ignore it. Go to a doctor, go to a chiropractor, sort it out, because if you keep pushing something that is broken, it's gonna combust one day and it's not gonna ever work again. And obviously when you're doing nails, you don't want that to happen. One of the most important notes for beginner business owners and beginner nail techs is something that I struggled with a lot as well, and I feel like a lot of people struggle with as well, and that is to take a break when you need to, both mentally and physically. So what I mean that is take breaks when you are taking clients, please. Even if you have 2 clients back to back for the whole entire day, take a break in between those 2 clients, okay? Take a toilet break, have a lunch break. Food is fuel. And I know some people are gonna sit here and be like, well, I only have 2 clients, I can probably eat something after. Eat a snack, have a little snack. At the end of the day, your body needs to fuel, your body needs energy. Food consumed into your body creates that energy, and your energy is gonna be burnt off with the work that you do. Regardless, if you have 2, 3, 4, 5 clients, you're fully booked for the day. Eat. Okay, don't just have a little scrawny snack, a little blueberry. I don't know why I said blueberry. Drink water, drink heaps of water. Clients are not gonna sit there and be like, oh my gosh, she's drinking water in the middle of our appointment. Don't be afraid to have a bottle of water or like one of those, one of these cups with you, like with the sippy straw. By the way, while you're watching this video, pause it and have a drink of water. Now, after drinking that water, don't you feel like so much more refreshed and so much more like hydrated? Your body needs it. Your mind is made up 80% of water. I don't know where I read that from, but I did. But you know, just listen, okay? And if you need to, in the middle of your client, go to the toilet, drink some water, go for it. Like, they're not gonna be like, oh my god, this person is so unprofessional for not drinking water. I mean, for drinking water in the middle of my appointment or for going to the bathroom. We are human beings, okay? And I think that's one of the things that I used to bash myself over, because I'm like, oh my god, I can't go to the bathroom, but I'm busting in the middle of my clients. But they're not gonna think of anything less. Take care of yourself, please. Take care of yourself. And in saying so, this goes to my next point. Do not overwork yourself. It is so much easier said than done. Trust me, I know it is so much easier said than done. But at the beginning, when you are doing clients, you start building it up and then you start seeing how much clients you can do. If you feel like your capacity for each day is only 3 clients a day, then take only 3 clients a day. If you feel like your capacity can take up 6 clients a day, go ahead, go for it. But if your capacity is only 3, don't take 5, because you're gonna drain yourself and eventually you're just gonna plateau. You're gonna basically, what do you call it, have a burnout. You're gonna burn out really quickly. You need to maintain your energy. You gotta maintain your mental state. You gotta maintain your physical self. So if that means that you can only take 3 clients a day, do so and only take 3. If you feel like you can take 6 clients maximum a day, then take 6 clients maximum a day. But that doesn't mean that you have to do 6 clients every single day. That's just your peak. That's just your maximum. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. The next point is take days off during the week and work within your business hours, unless someone is paying you for those extra hours. So what I mean by this is you go to work, for example, like a quote unquote normal job. You're working a 9 to 5 job. Your boss has set your hours from Monday to Friday and you work from 8 to 5 p.m. every single day. Okay, well I said 9 to 5, but then I said 8 to 5. So you're working from 9 to 5 p.m. every single day. Saturday and Sunday, you expect those days to be a day off. You don't end up working, sending emails, following up with, I don't know what type of job you do, but what the office jobs do. I used to work one, but I feel like mine was really different because it was a finance job. Like, you're not gonna be printing stuff and following up with your managers and things like that on your Saturdays and Sundays. So, in saying so, you shouldn't even do that with your own business too, which goes into the next point. My biggest point for any business owner, not just nail techs, but it ties into the nail tech thing. And honestly, I struggled with this so much as well. And that is treat yourself like an employee. Like, what do you mean? Like, treat myself like an employee? Like, I'm a business owner, I'm boss. And bitch, yes you are. Yes, you are the boss. However, you are not gonna be working in a way where it's gonna utilize your mental health and your physical health. When we are bosses and we own our own businesses and we tend to work a lot for free. We tend to work over our work hours. We tend to do everything in between. If you would know, especially when you are taking clients as nail tech, you are booking clients in, you are taking care of their deposits, you are posting on social media, making that content for them. You are consistently replying to clients at all hours of the day to inquiries that might not even end up booking with you, which is so important as to why you need to treat yourself like an employee. Because if you're working, again, a 9-to-5 job and your boss was expecting that of you, you would literally hate them and probably quit and end up going to a different job because they're expecting so much from you. So why are you expecting so much from yourself? Which goes on to pay yourself a wage. Now, I know at the beginning when you are first earning a business, you are probably going to get a lot of money, and in fact, you are probably going to invest a lot more money than you are going to get back until you break even. And now, even in that time, regardless of how much you make, pay yourself 10% of what you have earned. Get used to paying yourself at the beginning when you are earning a business so that later on you can continue to pay yourself. Now, obviously, this is strictly for the beginning of your business. When your business develops and grows more, you can pay yourself a more proper wage where it's more sustainable and you're getting a lot back. But since you are first starting a business, you have to really invest in a lot of things and continue to investing in your business to make it really successful, which is why I say start off. An example would be start off with 10% of what you earn, which again, do your research, do what works for you. Whatever you feel like is the best option for you, definitely go through it. If you are working with an accountant or a financial advisor, which I definitely didn't, but if you can afford that or you have someone that can help you in that term, discuss it with them. Regardless, I would say just pay yourself a little bit of a wage. My other point to treating yourself like an employee is learn to cut off answering clients after work hours. It is so easy to be on your phone, especially your social media accounts, to just talk to clients. I know I do. There's a difference between talking to your clients as friends, like in your own time, which is what I do. There are some clients out there that I talk to in my spare time where we just have like conversations about stuff. Like one client that I talk to, we talk about like astrology in our spare time. We just check up on each other on our mental health, which is something I really appreciate with her. That is different. What I mean by learning to cut off answering clients is when they are messaging you inquiring about a business question or service or anything like that. So they're messaging you, I was just wondering how much it is for this service or this product, whatever your business may be. For nail techs, obviously it's a service. Do not answer them when they've messaged you at 3 a.m. at night. And surprisingly, it will happen. You will get messages at random times of the night. I've gotten a message once before at like 4:30 in the morning and I was like, I'm not gonna reply to you at 4:30 in the morning, regardless if I'm up or not, you know? This goes back to our other thing. Take breaks after work hours. Take breaks when you're taking clients. Take breaks on the weekends. Take a mental break if you need it. Just take breaks where you feel like you need it and where it's not going to burn you out. And I think one of the reasons why I really am so prominent on taking breaks is because last year I didn't, and my mind was always on business. I would even dream about business stuff, like about nails. I would dream about doing nails to the point where I would freaking wake up and my first thought in the morning would be nails, and it gets really draining and it gets really unhealthy. And it's because I never gave myself a break. I was up at like 1 a.m. talking to clients, working on business plans, building a structure of how I'm gonna do nails, pricing when I was doing all my pricing, and which we'll go into, by the way, building a website, having content, like Like, I was doing all of that so late at night, and it will consume you. And I burnt out, and I burnt out so quickly that I lost motivation in what I was doing, and I lost motivation in owning a business. I had no drive or love for the passion that I once had. And if you don't re-spark that passion, and if you don't re-spark that motivation, it's all gonna go down the drain. And I'm so lucky that I pulled my head out of that rut by my freaking hair. I pulled myself out, and I was like, no, me, Angela and I are not gonna do that anymore, period. We are not doing that anymore. We are not. And I'm pulling you out of it because you deserve so much better. And we are gonna build an empire, period. We are gonna build an empire. Thank you. No, bitch. Thank you. I've learned so much from you. Okay, I gotta stop having a fucking conversation with myself. You can still build your clientele plus build your business when you're also taking breaks. And breaks are absolutely okay. And I feel like breaks is one of those things where for any business owner or any person trying to pursue their passion or their dream for nail techs, as I strongly am connecting to nail techs because that's obviously what I am. It's okay to take breaks. It's okay to take mental and physical breaks. It is so important to stop overworking yourself, because overworking yourself doesn't make you a better business owner. Overworking yourself will not make you any better than the person that takes breaks. So really focus on your mental health and your physical health, and listen to your body and your mind first, which for any business owner, I know that any person would agree. Anyone in the beauty industry, why am I slowly turning? Any person in the beauty industry would agree that business is first, yourself is second, but it should be switched around. Again, this is from my personal experience. I'm not saying to not hustle. I'm not saying to not work your butt off and to invest in yourself and to do the things that you can to make the best nail tech that you can be and to create the best business that you can create, but you don't need to be doing it 24 hours of a day, 7 days a week. My last point for this, which will tie into our social media point, is do not answer social media first thing in the morning or late at night. Treat your social media accounts as a tool and not for personal pleasure. Next point. Now we're going to be talking about investing in quality products. One of the mistakes that I made was that I wanted to purchase every single thing in the whole entirety of the universe. If you go back to my very first video, you would have seen that I purchased so many things, so many nail art things, so many colors that I probably didn't even need. Although I still have half of those things, I could have just purchased them over time. Just purchase quality main products like your monomer, your primer, your glue, your powder, your core powders, I should say. Then and invest in your art second and other colors like colored powders or colored polishes. Invest in the main things first. For example, the things you need in order to create a nail set, whether you use gel, acrylic, après, whatever it might be, and then purchase all the extra tools and art later, like colors, glitters, decals, dotting tools. You can purchase those over time. Buy products when you can and keep record of what you have and keep investing within your business. Just keep a record on your phone or in a diary or in a folder or wherever you might want to keep your notes that is most easiest for you on all the colors that you have so that you don't double up. The only colors I do double up on polish wise is I always keep 2 whites on hand and I always keep 2 blacks on hand. And then for colored acrylics, I would say always have on deck your clear, a nude pink, like a core powder pink, and a white powder. Okay, nail products itself. Nail products are not cheap, and that's just the truth. They're not cheap, and it's a huge investment. And although it might seem cheap, remember how many colors you gotta buy. Remember how many shades of a pink you will need to get. Okay, so in saying so, a lot of the comments that I got on my first video when I did the haul was, oh my god, she spent $800 on polishes. What the fuck? Yeah, I did, because I had to get the whole entirety of rainbow because I know that clients are gonna come to me and tell me that I don't have the right shade for them. which you're never gonna have enough. You're never gonna have enough nail shit. You're never gonna have enough colors. You're never gonna have enough glitters. You're never gonna have enough nail art. So it is a huge investment. But in saying so, you don't have to purchase every single thing in one go. Purchase it over time. Buy like 2 colors each week once you start doing clients, and you can put away the money to start investing. This also goes to say that cheaper products do not always mean that they are better, especially products like Manama, which we could go into a whole nother video on MMA versus EMA because I'm so passionate about it. But if you guys want to know more and don't really want to do the research yourself, I do have a story highlight on my Instagram at Bxddie Sets if you want to go over there and have a look. I do have a post on it as well, and how to tell the difference as a nail tech. So definitely check that out. Cheaper products don't always mean better in that context. Next thing is do your research on products. Products will also take trial and error, and also don't refrain yourself from using one product, because something that might work extremely well for me, you might get, and it might not work out for you. So you need to be able to trial and error products, and that is absolutely okay. One of the main examples that I would pinpoint it to is my first video where I said I bought a nail glue and it was absolutely shit, and then I ended up buying the KDS glue and it worked out so much better for me. And mind you, in the period of time between those 2 glues, I have used about like 2 other glues as well before I decided that the KDS glue was the best glue for me. And again, that goes into trial and error. What works for someone else might not work for you, and vice versa. This comes with absolutely everything, from the organization of your boring side of the business to the organization of your nail supplies, or how your desk is laid out, how someone does a certain step of their nails, or the certain products that they use, etc. What might work for someone might not work for you, and that's absolutely okay. Next thing, stay on top of your trends. Practice trends when they occur, and take notes of when you notice the style of nail trends trending. It is so important because so many trends come in and out. One of my biggest advice is to probably follow like celebrities that get their nails done all the time, like for example Kylie Jenner, because as soon as Kylie Jenner comes out with something more funky and fresh and cute, every single person in the world wants to copy Kylie Jenner and get Kylie Jenner nails. So keep on top of those trends. Pricing plus knowing your worth. So when you're doing your pricing, obviously there's so many different contexts to it, but make sure you take into account the time it takes for you to do your sets, the different aspects of doing your set, and the product used and the intricacy. Clients that appreciate your craft and time will pay. Do not settle for people that are going to treat you less for your work. And also do not feel guilty for charging your worth. You don't ever ask for someone to service their discount, so why should you expect that for your business and for your work as well? Cheap clients will go to cheap places. Do not bash yourself over how many clients you get and where your work standard is. It all takes time. Some people are more supported than others, and that is 100% okay. That just means that you need to be able to build your own support system as well. Keep promoting and keep practicing your craft. And most importantly, but also not most important, but most important to our day, social media. Basically, to keep it short and sweet, I feel like I've been dragging out this video for so long now. The amount of followers someone has does not equal to the amount of clients that somebody has. Do not compare yourself on social media, and that goes for everything. But as a nail tech, do not compare yourself to another nail tech and how many followers they have and how many likes they have, because that doesn't define how many clients they have. Someone can make themselves look really booked and really busy when in fact they're not. As we all know, social media can really manipulate the truth and how things look. So use social media as a tool within your business and have fun with it. Build your portfolio when possible to show your growth plus talent, because in a year's time you're gonna look back at your work scrolling through your social media pages and you're gonna be like, wow, I've actually done so much, I've actually grown so much, look at my shaping back then to compare now. And then you can share that and people will see that when they look through your page. So build your portfolio when possible and show your talent. Nails plus photos are both an art form, so be creative with them. And lastly, like a mental and physical break, take a social media break if you need to as well. You're not obligated to post every single day, every single week if you do not want to. These are things that I wish I knew before becoming a nail tech. Again, do your research on any of the advice that I have given you, and this is all from my own experience as well. So I hope you guys have loved this video. Give this video a thumbs up, talk to me in the comment section down below, and if you like these more chit chatty videos about what I wish I knew before becoming a nail tech, please let me know on what other videos you would like to see from me, and I'll see you guys in the future. Okay, bye.